What's up, YouTube? How you doing today? And we are reacting to the best player to ever touch Geometry Dash. Let's get it. Let's go.
Have you ever dreamed of being the #1 greatest Geometry Dash player ever? Don't lie to yourself. Everyone has. Everyone wants all the success and praise for being the best. And today, we'll go over the story of the kid who took this dream and made it to reality.
Zoink! Yeah, Zoink! Let's go!
Zoink's career started off well with him knocking out the level Bloodbath, one of Geometry Dash's most iconic extreme demons, known for its tough ship
Zoink
gameplay.
is insane. Bro, Zoink is insane. He's insane.
This would have been an impressive feat in 2015, but by this time, hundreds of harder levels have been created to the point that this map was pushed aside. If he wanted any chance of being #1, he needed to start working his way up the demon list, a chart that ranks the hardest maps in the game and gives players a score based on how many levels they've beaten. Now, when most normal players try to improve the score,
I play with that guy. That guy was in my globe. I play with that guy.
Based on how many levels they've beaten. Now, when most normal players try to improve their GD skills, they tend to gradually work their way up to harder levels, improving their ability with ladder steps, one tough map at a time.
That's me.
But this method takes a lot of patience, as it often takes months or even years, and that could very well mean an eternity to an ambitious teenager like Zoink who wants success now. He wasn't any old normal player, so what did he do? He ditched the stupid ladder and jumped right to the top, to Zodiac.
Love Roblox?
Zodiac
Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft
Yo,
Rewards.
I can't stand ads.
Sign up for...
What was Zodiac at the time?
This map was no joke. Spanning an entire 3 minutes in length, it was a tough endurance test that called for the top skill in the game, which is why Zoink struggled so much with it. Bloodbath to Zodiac was an absolutely crazy jump, though not something entirely unheard of. The player Space UK popularized jumping when he went from an insane demon to a top 20, and he went on to keep grinding and becoming a legend in the community. Maybe if Zoink followed in his footsteps, he could achieve this.
Didn't he get caught for cheating or something? Right? Jump to Slaughterhouse. Yo, I'm not jumping to Slaughterhouse. I'm so bad.
Same thing too. Why would anyone torture themselves with such a huge jump though? Well, it lets beginners get used to the unforgiving gameplay that top levels throw at you. It's like how pro sports players used to play with better, older opponents when they were kids. But of course, this path is often tough and frustrating, as you need to pour in a crazy amount of time and effort into these levels to make up for your lack of skill. And Zoink would only clear Zodiac after a stupid grind of 40,000 attempts.
I did it! I did it! Oh my god! I did it! I did it! I did it! I did it!
On that very same day, that Space UK guy I mentioned earlier would beat a level 2. You may have heard of it. It was called Slaughterhouse. The level's difficulty was true to its name. It was genuinely miles ahead of anything built before, and I think you can see
Slaughterhouse is insane, dude. Like, what?
Why? Just look at how tight this wave part is. This impressive feat, along with this massive list of completed extremes, would cement Space UK as the greatest player in the game. If Zoink wanted to claim that #1 spot for himself, he'd have to not only conquer the demon list, but defeat this titan as well. And the best way to start would be by matching his accomplishments and beating Slaughterhouse 2. It's crazy to believe that Space UK managed to clear this in just under a week. It's almost as if he was hacking or something. Zoink was on the chase for the top spots, and knocking out the #1 level was a surefire way to get
Zoink is insane. Like, he's crazy.
there. Into 2022, he'd put his head down and fight through Slaughterhouse, recording 51% in January, but a tragic event a few days later brought his progress to a halt. Another level, Succubant Circles, was verified and placed above Slaughterhouse, making it lose its prestigious #1 spot. Beating the second hardest level isn't nearly as cool as beating the first. I think you can guess why. Feeling demotivated after pouring so much time and effort into this wasted project, Zoink would slow down down his work on the level and instead turn his attention to other demons. With the Zodiac skill boost, he'd continue fighting through other top levels. Tartarus, the Golden, Sonic Wave Infinity. He was pouring hours upon hours into grinding out these demons and making fast progress because of it. And thanks to a shiny new keyboard he got, his skill would only increase. Why on earth would he use that, you might ask? Well, playing with the up arrow over a mouse may seem a bit goofy because, I mean, have you tried it? It feels so awkward. But top-end keyboards like the Corsair K70 Zoink got allow for near zero input delay, which is crucial when you're tackling levels on the demon list. And his crazy grind would show everybody just how powerful the keyboard is over the mouse.
I beat Hard Machine! I beat Hard Machine! I beat Hard Machine! I beat Hard Machine!
Is he playing on mouse at the beginning? Your mic glitched when you paused the video for a sec? Oh, okay. Was he playing on mouse, chat? Chat, was he playing on mouse? The mic died when you said something. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Bro,
now,
if he was playing on mouse,
more
that's
and
insane.
more pros playing through the 2 levels on the top, they realized that Slaughterhouse was actually much harder than Secupen Circles, and it was shifted back to the #1 spot where it belonged. This gave Zoink the bright neon green light to go in for the kill on Slaughterhouse and claim his top level. The grind was long and tough, with a crushing fail at 91%.
No! No!
He was so close, and he'd finally make the kill in April.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Sir, so
He was only 14,
I love Zoink, bro.
by the
I
way.
love Zoink.
People don't realize just how young their favorite Geometry Dash players really are. You need to have a crazy amount of free time to pour into competitive play, so it makes sense why the game is dominated by teenagers in school, and only someone so young would do something as stupid as playing this fucking game. Like, how do you even enjoy this? With the #1 level under his belt, Zoink would continue fighting.
Yo, bro, I hate this game at sometimes. I love this game at other times. Like, bro, it's such a love-hate relationship.
Down the list, knocking out top 10 after top 10 with incredibly low attempt counts each time. After
Dude, that is insane. Zoink is just like, he's on another level. Chat, that's insane.
struggling hard with levels like Zodiac in the beginning, he was truly getting into the groove with top demon list levels, and in 2022, we'd really see him shine.
What? It's over. It's over. We are finished. I beat Hard Machine. I beat Hard Machine. I said it. Let's go.
He cleared Arcturus on May 18th, rounding off the top 10. Man, what a flex is it for— He cleared Arcturus on May 18th.
That looks insane. Dual weld, wave, even though it's not any— they're all the same, but like, yeah, that looks insane.
Rounding off the top 10. Man, what a flex is it for someone to ask you what your hardest completions are, and you just point at the demon list like he was that good. But despite his incredible skill, he was still criminally underrated. This is a problem in the Geometry Dash community. Talented demon list grinders go completely unnoticed, as all the attention flows to the #1 player or popular YouTubers and streamers. This shouldn't come too much of a surprise. I mean, take any sport, let's say sprinting. You all know who the fastest man in the world is, right? Usain Bolt. Maybe you even know who the second fastest guy is, but I guarantee you don't know the third. I didn't either. I had to search him up. Zoink was on his way up, but if he wanted to make a name for himself in the Geometry Dash world, he needed to do something big and fast. But how? Well, just look at the legends of the past. Riots with the Bloodbath, Sonics with Sonic Wave, even Space UK with Slaughterhouse. They did a lot of amazing stuff in their time, but the reason they've been cemented in GD history is because they managed to push the limits of the game. They didn't simply beat the hardest level, they made it. They're the ones who took the step further when no one else would. What I'm getting at is that Zoink beating Slaughterhouse was certainly cool, but he was a third person to do it. But now, if he was the first to beat a level harder than it, that would be a surefire way to make himself known. And as luck would have it, there were 2 levels harder than Slaughterhouse just waiting for someone to beat: Silent Clubstep and Acheron. One was an ancient—
Silent Clubstep is insane. And it's so old. It's so funny how it's like so crazy good. So crazy insanely hard. that and it's so old at the same time.
Level created way back when by the player's salience. It was stupidly hard because of its offbeat gameplay, with one section literally being dubbed the 8 jumps of hell due to how precise the clicks are. The other level was Acheron. Its creators set out to make the most excruciating map imaginable, and they certainly succeeded. It doesn't hold back, there are no breaks at all, and the dark theme only adds to its scariness. It was originally set to be verified by the player Wolves, but after he got a crushing 96% fail, he decided to drop it, leaving the map open to anyone to beat. Any normal person would see this level and sprint the other way, but Zoink wasn't normal. He'd pick this map and run right into it. We'll get into Acheron after a brief message from today's Zoink and Acheron. By this point, the race to beat it was already in full swing, with the player 1 Alpha Helix holding the 67% record, but Zoink would make his
Oh, what a awful percent.
presence known. After grinding out the level on Twitch, he'd nearly matched that with a 66% run. This is more impressive when you realize that he wasn't playing on the same version of Acheron as Wolves or Alpha. No. Plain old Acheron wasn't enough for this ambitious teenager, so he buffed it to the point that it wasn't just harder than Slaughterhouse, but a huge jump ahead of it. He'd continue to grind through his own version, and with a strong 82% run, followed by a 91 record, he'd take a firm lead over the competition. Everyone else began fighting for second place, as it seemed like Zoink's victory was inevitable. And June 9th, 2022 was supposed to be the day. Zoink was on a perfect run, clearing the hardest sections of the map, but then 96%. He was this close to verifying the hardest level in the game, but a choke at the end snatched that all away. Wolves got the exact same death Zoink did before he dropped it. A bit funny when you think about it, but this was no joke to Zoink. You may say, well, he was this close to beating the level. Why couldn't he just push through and get it done? And to that, I'd say that you underestimate the absolute mental torture that comes with playing an extreme demon, especially one like Acheron. I mean, when
I've never
fitness black card.
Yo, get rid of these ads, bro. Why is there so many? See Apollo, see ya, Alho. Yo,
Access
can we
any
just like get rid of these
location,
ads?
friend anytime, and recover in the black card spa.
I wasn't always here, but thanks to Purdue Global, I got my literal dream job.
half of your attempts end like this, failing to clear this frame perfect jump, I think it's pretty damn easy to get demotivated. Casual geometry dashers simply don't see the thousands of hours your favorite.
Yo, I've never played an extreme demon, but mentally on like something where you keep dying at, it just like eats at you.
Players put into this agonizing game off camera, and for Zoink, getting so close to freeing himself and ending all the suffering, but having it snatched away because of a tiny misclick must have really sucked. After the crushing fail, Zoink would shift his focus away from Acheron. His lead in the race was pretty safe, but the other competitors smelled blood and continued pushing through the level, with their hope to become #1 regained. Even Space UK was moving into Acheron, though in Zoink's absence, it would be one Alpha Helix who'd get onto his tail. Most players would take a break from a level by getting away from GD and playing other video games, but Zoink took time off this extreme demon.
That would be me. I will take a break and go play a different game. I will come back to GD and be 100 times worse though.
By beating other extreme demons. During the summer of 2022, he'd get to work filling up his demon list portfolio. He'd breeze through top levels and really pop off. The craziest thing was that he'd have such nonchalant reactions too. Like it was so easy he was
like, yay. Like, yo, any level I have a good reaction to. Like, I'm happy that I beat the level.
Reactions too. Like it was so easy he was getting bored. His attempt counts were tiny too, like what the heck? I probably have more attempts on Deadlocked. But look at Zoink here, just flying through all these maps. Take Prometheon for example. It took the verifier a month and well over 100,000 attempts to clear it. But Zoink ran through the level in just a few days and only 5,000.
What? Someone went from 100,000 attempts and Zoink beats in 5. That is awful. Bro, that reaction blows. Yeah.
1,000 attempts. Such a big difference begs the question if Zoink is maybe, just maybe, lying about his attempt counts. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've seen that he's clearly very skilled, but tons of people do it and it's very easy to do. You can just delete old copies of the level you practice on to hide the evidence. While there's no proof that he's doing it, there's no proof that he isn't. So take his attempt counts, and anyone's really, with a grain of salt. With every completion, Geometry Dash's child prodigy was inching closer and closer to the #1 spot Space UK held. Maybe, just maybe, he'd take it away from him.
like
Soon enough, Zoink would return to that one demon haunting his life, Acheron. He'd continue pushing through the level and would finally move past the 96% barrier by 1%. But he wouldn't get discouraged.
Stop, dude.
Being
I would
off for the
die.
summer gave him lots of free time to throw everything he had on this level. And after his biggest grind yet, Zoink would finally clear it.
I verified Acheron! I verified Acheron! What?
Wow.
It was an incredible victory for not just Zoink, but the Geometry Dash community as a whole. Acheron was a massive step ahead in terms of difficulty, and with its placements
Dang.
at #1, Zoink was closing the gap between him and Space UK, who had suspiciously gone inactive. Around this time, an interesting video about him began floating around. Back when the legend was working through Slaughterhouse, the player Colo took a closer look at the footage Space was posting, and after analyzing this clip of him getting 92%, he spotted something very, very suspicious. Let's see if you catch it too. I'll slow it down for you.
I can't fucking react, otherwise I'm gonna cough so much.
Did you spot it? Well, don't worry, we'll get into that later. People dismissed the attempted exposal of Space UK.
I
After
did not
all,
see
he
that.
was the community's hero. How could he possibly be hiding something? Colo was bashed all over the internet and was essentially bullied out of the community he tried to protect. When someone else tried forwarding the evidence to the Demon List mods, they only got a short response in return. You are wrong. They probably didn't even watch the damn video. You know, Space UK was known to be a bit of a charismatic and talkative guy. He'd always leave sarcastic, funny comments under videos trying to expose him because their evidence was always stupidly wrong. However, he was real silent on this one. I wonder why. Acheron was Zoink's big break. The sheer
I
impressiveness
can't stand when people do this, that they show the thing, but they don't tell you what it is. Just tell me what it is.
of beating the #1 level made his name known across the community, and everyone was eager to see what this young prodigy would do next. With the 2022 awards coming up, he had to really show the community who was on top if he hoped to win the best player of the year. He'd continue working down the list, breezing through the levels like they were easy demons, Abyss of Darkness, Kinos, Limbo. Nothing could stop him. However, when it came time to tally the votes for the award show, Zoink would not find himself on top, but rather it was Space UK who took the title of the greatest Geometry Dash player for the second year in a row, which is pretty shocking. During the first half of 2022, he rounded off the top 75 levels, but during the second, he practically went ghost on the game and Zoink was more than dominant. This goes to show just how much of a popularity contest the GD Awards really are. Number 1, well-known player. Number 2, well-known YouTuber. And at number 3, we have the actual greatest player. Not to bash Space or Doggy, but in my opinion, Zoink was definitely the greatest player of 2022. He'd end off the year just a few hundred points behind Space UK on the Demon List leaderboard. The Titan was on the brink of falling, and in the turn of the new year, it happened. It actually happened.
Yo.
Ready
This is
to
crazy.
unlock Roblox digital gift cards?
No! Get this crap off my screen! This is crazy, bro.
No fucking way.
With
Alright.
Zoink taking down Space, the Titan
I mean,
had
what a
fallen.
nonchalant
Now,
reaction,
being
dude.
the undisputed #1, he could only
He's
go
crazy.
up from here. 2023 would be his year. After knocking out number 70 on the list with only 3,000 attempts, Zoink had conquered the demon list. The entire
That 3,000 attempts is insane. That's like less than me on Toe 2. Clicks were delayed? Oh, okay.
top 75 was cleared. He was the absolute king of the game, but a scandal just a few days later would take all the attention away from him. Space UK's records on the demon list began to mysteriously disappear one by one. The mods were real quiet about it, only saying that they were doing some checks on his footage, but eventually his entire account was banned and taken down. You see, after a closer analysis of Space UK's records, the demon list team finally caught on to what Colo saw earlier, and they showed their findings to the world, explaining Space UK's shocking ban. Let's look at his footage again. I don't know if you caught it earlier, but the reason why this gameplay was suspicious was that the clicking noises were out of sync with the actual gameplay on screen. A click 2 frames early here, 5 frames late there. It was very weird and implied something sketchy was going on. After this huge exposure made its way around the community, Space UK came out and said that only a handful of levels he beat in 2023 were hacked. He had simply gotten bored of the game and wanted to see how long he can go before getting caught. But not after long, the Demon List team would find the smoking gun that would expose every single one of Space UK's records. You see, there is hacking software out there that allows you to automate the game by recording your clicks and playing it back. It's supposed to be used for showcasing hard levels, but knowing how dangerous it could be if players use it to cheat in GD, the creators of these programs have added tiny ways to detect if someone is using it. For instance, when the program Zbot is activated, the text on the level complete screen is slightly smaller than normal. And wouldn't you know it, every single one of Space UK's videos had this smaller text. It takes a keen eye to see it, and those who noticed it chalked it up to some weird texture pack or something. But now we know what was truly going on. He was just using Zbot to play the game for him and recording himself clicking over the footage to make it seem more legitimate. That's why everything was so out of sync. Completely exposed, he deleted his social media accounts and left the community. His entire career
I don't understand why you do that. That's just so, like, I don't know. That's just, no. Why would you do that?
was a lie. Zoink was playing against a cheater the entire time. And the craziest thing is,
Zoink is so good, bro. He beat a cheater. Like, what? He beat a hacker. Like, holy Zoink. Zoink is the GOAT.
Zoink beat the cheater. He rose far above him on the demon list and even matched his crazy achievements of clearing the entire top 75. He was the undisputed master of Geometry Dash. However, people weren't very warm to him or top GD players in general. I guess Space's betrayal left a bit of PTSD in everyone's minds, as now everyone seems like a hacker. I mean, he went undetected for so long. Who's to say that some other top player is just some cheater in disguise, especially one like Zoink? I mean, he was so ahead of everyone else on the demon list. It was a bit of a red flag. But after the massive exposure, the demon list team got their act together and did a massive analysis of top players. So it's very unlikely that Zoink or anyone else is actually cheating. However, trust in competitive players has been completely shattered and it will never be repaired. But Zoink is Zoink. He doesn't care about the haters who constantly claim he's hacking. No, no, no. He was at his peak and he could only go up from there.
Yes.
W song, bro.
I just beat Avernus right now. What? I just fluked it.
Yo, he's at 1 million subscribers now. That's crazy. 1 million subscribers. That's insane.
I beat Tidal. Oh my god.
W video by, who is it? By Fresh Lake Water, bro. W video by Fresh Lake Water. I'll even give it a like.